The worst thing they can do is not file returns. Decide to say,
Right.
hey, I don't want to let New York State know that I'm behind, so I'm going to not file for a year or two. Oops.
Well, let me
Now-
ask you this, guys. Will New York file a kind of guesstimates of what they think it would be then?
That's what I mean. As the IRS makes substitute returns, New York State will now do an estimate return if the taxpayer doesn't comply within a reasonable period of time. And these amounts could just be industry average, what they think it should be. And I've seen these before, and it could be a business that truly, of course, they didn't do well during COVID, made little in sales. But New York State will come to their own estimate, and now you are locked into the estimate. Those are very difficult to contest. So the operative word is you file your returns. File. Even if you
Yes.
can't pay, you file. Of course, if
Right.
you have
Exactly.
money and it's segregated, you should pay it. But if you don't,
I
you
think
file it.
At least let them know that, yes, you do realize that you know it. You're acknowledging the concept and you don't have the late filing penalty on top of that. All states have kind of the same caveat issues when it comes to sales tax and not being paid.
And they do it for a reason. I mean, I'm sure every state has sales tax, and they treat not paying that pretty harshly. But in terms of New York, what I see is get your return filed, even if you can't pay. Of course, then what you should do is engage the New York State early and try to work out a plan or do an offer. If not, New York State has the gamut of their tool chest, like the IRS. They don't file a lien, they file what's called a warrant. With this warrant, they go, Steve, am I under arrest? I go, not right now. Just means that this is a lien. A lien.
Not yet, as the
That's
court
all it
says.
is.
Not yet.
Right.
But
And
in terms of,
Indiana will turn you over to collections in a heartbeat too, and they have the teeth to collect. When the IRS turns you over to collections, they just harass you for a little while. The state will turn you over to collections in a
IRS
heartbeat.
collections is, honestly, we could talk about this in another video, but IRS collections, I never deal with the private debt collectors.
Right.
There's no connect to them.